Nightmarish greetings to you all. I'm Merrick D'Amato.
And a ghoulishly ghoul opening from me, Matt.
And welcome back to Mindbreakers.
I believe we have a good one today. I believe in it. I believe in the sky.
Well, we got another Nightmare on Elm Street tonight.
Oh, hell yeah.
From 1987, with a 6.6 on IMDb. Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors.
6.6 is too low.
Well, slasher films aren't going to get that high.
Yeah, I guess.
Ever.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
A psychiatrist familiar with knife-wielding dream demon Freddy Krueger helps teens at a mental hospital battle the killer who is invading their dreams. Okay, one, it's Nancy Thompson, not a psychiatrist. This is a returning character. Two, technically, but knife-wielding is more Michael Myers, not the Glove.
Yeah.
But aside from that, not great description of what happens.
Oh, hell no.
I mean, but it's one of those, to quote Falcon and the Winter Soldier, he's out of line, but he's right.
I'm very excited to watch this again.
This is a well-known and well-loved movie. This is probably the best sequel, if not the best movie.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who hold Nightmare 3 in really high regards.
This is going to be a return to form after the not spectacular Part 2 that had no
Part 2 is not that good.
It had no dream kills.
It did not.
I'm just getting my Freddy glove on. And let's get to it.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. Freddy's just around the corner.
Okay, so that's probably one of the single best horror trailers I've ever seen.
Yeah, what the fuck?
It's just so simple. It gets the point across. I think the only one that beats it is the original trailer for Psycho. Which is just Alfred Hitchcock taking you on a walking tour of the set and just telling you what happens.
What a weird man he was.
Yep. But yeah, this movie is this movie.
Yeah, it is definitely Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors.
And yes, let's get it out of the way now, because I'm sure you all know this is coming. Welcome to prime time, bitch!
What a classic line. What a classic
line. I think
line.
It's the classic line of the franchise.
Yeah, I think if there's one line everyone remembers from Nightmare, it's probably this one. It was
It's
so
that
good.
one, and I think every town has an Elm Street from one of the later ones.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and I guess also now I'm playing with power or whatever. I feel like that one's just more of a meme.
You forgot the power glove.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
All right, I was gonna save this for when we actually talk about Part 6, Freddy's Dead, but I gotta say this because I just admire the balls on display here. They asked Nintendo if they could use the power glove in their movie, and Nintendo said no. And they said, screw you, we're doing it anyway.
Hell yeah, that's what you'll love to see. Someone sticking the finger to Nintendo.
Yeah, like those people who managed to get Metroid Dread fully emulated and running smooth in 4K.
In less than 24 hours of its release.
Yep. I support emulation. Go do it.
Yeah,
I support piracy. Go do it.
Yeah. Just remember, it is legally okay to pirate Adobe products. As everyone says on Twitter.
Well, why specifically with Adobe?
A lot of people just don't agree with like the pricing and how shit their programs are.
I mean, I have Photoshop pirated, so I'm just curious.
No, yeah, it's just a lot of people don't like the practices and, again, just how shit their products can be sometimes.
Well, you have to make an account, and that is my review of Adobe products.
That is all you need to know.
So
Nightmare's pretty cool.
So we start with Kirsten making a popsicle stick papier-mâché house. I've never seen the making of papier-mâché shot so intimidatingly.
That's what I'm saying, right?
And she's falling asleep, so she puts on Dokens Into the Fire.
Hell yeah.
Almost all the music in this film is from Dokken, by the way.
Oh, they did? Okay.
And she drinks a can of Coke and eats a spoonful of instant coffee?
Yes.
I don't think that does anything.
I don't think it does anything.
I mean, it tastes horrible, but yes. It's like why you don't actually get caffeine if you like chocolate-covered coffee beans. It's because caffeine is released by the reaction with the water.
Yeah.
So you're just eating bad-tasting stuff. Like, why are you doing this? It's gross.
I don't know, because she can't fall asleep, obviously.
But her mother comes in and yells at her.
As a mother does.
And then her boyfriend wants to know what the bourbon is.
Oh, yeah.
And then Kirsten has a nightmare. But it's shot so you can't tell immediately. Just like in the first one. And she goes into the bathroom, and then Freddy's in the mirror, and then the sink tries to kill her.
As one does in a nightmare film.
And kind of like blurring the lines between whether or not Freddy's real in this one.
Yeah.
She's holding... her wrist is cut, but she's holding a razor blade. So
yeah, so it made it look like she did it.
So she falls unconscious.
Respectively, understandably so.
And then we're at this kind of like this teen psychiatric hospital.
Yeah, something like that.
Where I think the head orderly is actually Lawrence Fishburne.
It is Lawrence Fishburne.
He's cool. Everyone likes him.
I mean, how can you not?
There's another orderly who's a dick called Lorenzo.
Is he in much of this movie?
No.
Because I remember seeing him once and then never again.
2 scenes.
Oh, he's in 2 scenes, okay.
Yeah. There's Dr. Neil Gordon, who's the main doctor there.
Yep.
And then we have the patients, Joey, who can't talk.
Yeah, Joey's the one that can't speak.
Taryn, who's a former drug addict, a drug addict.
Yeah.
And is here because, as she says, it's a better deal than juvenile hall.
Damn.
Kincaid, who is... he has oppositional defiance disorder. is almost always in solitary and swears a lot.
Sure does.
We have Bradley Gregg, who makes puppets and sleepwalks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Jennifer, who wants to be an actress and burns herself with cigarettes. And Will, who plays... We'll get into what he plays later, but he's a nerd in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And also the smartest character based on what superpower they have in their dreams.
Oh, yeah. 100% agree. 100% agree.
Oh, also, the full dream, I forgot to get into this, that Kirsten has at the beginning. She goes into Freddy's house.
Yeah.
Because there's a little girl tricycling around. Then the little girl's a skeleton, and Freddy chases her, and there's a pig it decays and then is alive.
It's all very fucked up, and I loved it.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's a very cool opening sequence.
And Kirsten's being brought in. And she's screaming and refusing to be put under, and then her mother is an awful, awful character.
Oh, she's an awful person in this.
Because this is a suicide attempt. This woman clearly has mental problems, and it's like, she's just doing it for attention. It's like, oh, shut up, you awful.
Say, oh,
awful
you're
person.
one of those. I understand.
I'm going to be really happy when Freddy kills you.
Yeah.
Which he might, but I'm not. Let's assume he does.
Let's just assume.
No, she's in the fourth one. He doesn't.
Damn it.
Shame.
Damn it, Freddy. You're slacking.
So they have a new doctor coming to the institute.
Yeah,
I think it's called Sunnyvale.
Isn't that the place from Buffy?
I don't know. I've never seen Buffy.
Huh. If it is, that's pretty funny.
It doesn't matter. Anyway,
it really doesn't matter.
It's Nancy Thompson.
It is, in fact, Nancy Thompson.
She was the final girl in the first movie.
Yep.
And you remember in the first movie, when she did that dream experiment thing, and came out of it with Freddy's hat.
Yeah.
Part of her hair went white.
Yep.
And that's maintained continuity.
Which, very clever.
Unlike a series I much prefer, which does not maintain this continuity, which is Evil Dead. Because at the end of Evil Dead 2, he looks at the manifested face of evil, and gets like one of those Reed Richards white streaks in his hair.
Yeah.
And at the beginning of Army of Darkness doesn't have it.
Oh, that's true, eh? Weird.
There is a connection between these films, though.
Isn't there always?
Well, the Necronomicon will show up.
Yeah, of course. Of course it will.
And there was going to be Freddy versus Jason versus Ash.
Was that ever a thing, like either in movie or / comic form?
Yeah, it's in comic form. I can link you a link to it on
Hell
Comics
yeah.
after we record.
Yeah, that just sounds awesome.
So she meets the guys.
Yeah.
Lawrence Fishburne introduces her to all of them. He's like, "Oh, this is Kincaid. Now get a good look, because you won't see him very often."
His character, like, Max is a very fun character to be around with.
Yeah. Especially because he's just so nice and gets along so well with all the kids.
Yeah, like, he doesn't, like, treat any of them with any disrespect. Like, he treats them, like, as he should.
He's not abusive at all. He's not the other one.
He's, like, very understanding. He's, like, very calm about situations. He's just a cool guy.
Yeah.
Just a cool dude. I love it. I forget, but is when Nancy meets oh god, I'm already blanking on her name. Main girl.
Kirsten, because Kirsten's they want to sedate her, and she's singing the rhyme.
Yeah.
9 to 9, but crying in 9-10. Then Nancy's introduced, "Never sleep again."
Yeah, which implies that she knows, like, oh, I know what's wrong here. Oh no,
I know who Freddy is. I hit him in the crotch with a sledgehammer.
Sure did, didn't she?
Okay, stomach, but it's fun to say that you hit Freddy in the balls with a sledgehammer.
Yeah. All the introductions happen. Things are pretty normal so far.
Apparently, they all have a problem with sleep. One of them actually killed themselves fairly recently by cutting off their eyelids with a razor blade.
Yeah, it's fucking
dark.
Did she ever say that's the reason she came over?
No. But
okay.
we do find out she's taking Hypnosil to not have dreams.
Right, okay.
Which is a plot hole, but whatever.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. I know she meets up with her mother.
Yeah.
Which is,
and
not a pleasant meeting.
No, it's like, has she ever done anything else, anything like this before? Oh, not since I took away her credit card. It's like, oh, shut up.
Yeah, she's even like, ma'am, I'm serious. Like, fucking, it's your daughter. Come on. And she's like, meh, her stuff's upstairs. Go get it for me, because I don't want to do it. And I'm like, you are horrible. You're just a horrible human being.
Very expensive house.
Very expensive.
For a single woman who doesn't seem to have a job.
That's what, yeah. 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 I know Nancy walks up the stairs and she sees the popsicle house.
Yeah.
AKA.
I used to live in this house.
Yeah, her old house.
So they talk about Freddy and stuff. And then... Well... we find out the kids are sleeping in shifts because of Freddy.
Yeah.
But first, Taryn, Joey, and Will are playing Wizard Master, which is this like weird GoBots of D&D. I'm like, oh, maybe they're just playing D&D because they're not playing D&D because D&D doesn't exist in this world. Wait, what's that poster on the wall? That's a poster for D&D. Why are you playing this? If D&D exists.
I think it's just cool they're just playing like D&D. Or, not D&D.
I mean...
what else are you gonna do, right?
And that they have, like, not just the nerdy guys playing it, because Taryn's there playing it. I mean, it's she doesn't like it because it's a stupid game and you have to actually say the spells aloud. I've had DMs like that. I haven't stayed in those campaigns that long.
I forgot that was just a thing.
In the name of Ulrich, Prince of Elves, yada yada, whatever.
I cast fire. Fuck off. I don't care.
So, they go to sleep, and then we get one of the best scenes in the movie. Because Philip has puppets, which are established. They're not made of wood, because you can't, because you need a knife, and these are suicidal children.
Yeah.
But one of the puppets kind of morphs a bit, and his head becomes Freddy's head, and blades spread out of its fingers.
Sure does. Oh, fuck, we didn't talk about the snake scene.
Has the snake scene happened yet?
I think it happens a little bit before.
Oh, alright, we'll talk about the snake scene.
Yeah, so, dreams happen, she's back in the house, and things are not going good, as one does in a dream when Freddy exists. And, when Nancy was visiting her place and she saw the house, she kind of just fell asleep, I guess, ? Throughout this bad dream, Freddy comes in as a giant fucking snake.
Yep, after like plaster explodes off the walls as he's moving around like a sandworm.
It's so fucking cool. It's such a great scene. And Nancy ends up finding out that she also has the same power of pulling people into dreams.
Yep. So not the same power. This is the first time this power's...
Oh, yeah, sorry. It's the first time this power happens. So she pulls Nancy in and she's like, oh shit. And Freddy's like, oh shit.
Though the expression of hatred on this puppet's face.
Oh, it's so good.
Just, you.
He does not like seeing her.
And Nancy's reaction of, oh my god.
Like, he's back. Like,
it's kind of like the one good acting moment that Willie from Temple of Doom has.
Mm-hmm.
When Indy like wraps his foot in the rope bridge as getting ready to cut it, and she realizes what he's doing.
Yeah.
Oh my god! It's not quite as good a reaction as Linda Hamilton gives in Terminator 2 when she sees Arnold.
Oh yeah,
because that's like the fear in that expression.
Yeah. But it's a very good scene.
Also, fun fact, Taryn has a Dokken t-shirt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, it is.
But it's just a good scene.
You could say it's doke.
No, I refuse not. But yeah, so Freddy's back. Cool. now we get to the whole puppet
Freddy's
scene,
back.
which is also equally as...
Back again.
He's back. He's brought a friend.
No, that should be the trailer for Freddy vs. Jason.
Oh my god.
Guess who's back? Back again. Freddy's back, and he's brought a friend.
The plot of Freddy vs. Jason is so funny.
You know what else is funny about it? The protagonist is Dipper Pines.
No, I don't know. I don't like that, no.
Oh, also, the Joey, he has a crush on one of the nurses.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Who I think is dating scumbag Lorenzo.
Yay.
But anyway, the puppet scene.
Yes, puppet scene. Oh boy, puppet scene.
So the puppet gets, it opens Philip's wrists and ankles, and then his tendons are stretched out like puppet strings. And then Freddy walks him down the hall like a marionette. This is the first ironic kill in the series, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And Kincaid's like, dude, get back in bed. Huh, you're doing your sleepwalking thing again. I don't give a shit.
As sad as that is, like, it is something I can kind of understand.
I mean, he sleepwalks like every night. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Whatever, I'm going back to sleep.
Also, the fear on this kid's face is... Oh, it's so good.
Then he walks to, like, the tower. And then, Phil's on... Not Phil. Phil? What's his...
Joey?
Not Joey. The wheelchair kid, the Wizard Master.
Oh, yeah,
also, Joey has a teardrop tattoo in one scene.
Implying that he's probably killed someone.
Yes, he's killed someone. But Will, he's looking out the window. No, Phil's on watch. Joey's on watch.
Yeah, Joey's on watch, and he's looking out the window.
He sees Phil on the thing, like looking like he's going to jump. So he wakes up Will, shows him, and then Will smashes the window and starts screaming for Phil and for help. And then Joey goes down to tell the nurse on duty that guy's going to kill himself, but he can't talk. So he just takes her tray and runs down the hall like bang the tray on the walls. Everyone wakes up. It's one of the best scenes in the movie. It's so tense.
Yeah, like it is.
It's well directed. It's well scored. I love this scene.
Yeah, like you will be on the edge of your seat the entire time. It's so good.
And then he jumped. Then we see a big Freddy superimposed behind it, like puppeting them. Then he just cuts the strings,
and there he goes.
Flat.
It is such a good scene. Like
this. I love it. I love it. It's so good.
It's very uneasy too. Like even watching it now, I'm like I have a hard time watching it because of just how surreal it is.
So they have a group session, and it's like I know what's. Nancy's like, okay, I know what's bothering you guys. Like, lady, don't patronize us. We're not in the mood. He wears a dirty brown hat. Like, oh shit, she knows.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much like Nancy being like, trust me, I know who this is. I've been there before.
The head doctor, who means well, but is still a little ineffectual, in this context at least.
Yeah.
Her belief is that Freddy is just a result of the kids being... their group hallucination of the burned man in the ugly sweater and brown fedora with the claw glove is just a mass hallucination caused by them being horny.
Those damn teenagers.
Which reminds me, Max has a really good line.
Which one?
In exchange with the doctor, he's like, "Doctor, the other doctor thinks it's just sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Oh, that's what keeps you. Oh man, that's what keeps you alive."
Oh yeah. It's near the beginning of the film, right?
Right away establishes how cool this Max is.
Max is such a good character, especially like in an upcoming scene, which is like pretty soon.
He's also in that Apocalypse Now.
Is he?
Yeah, he's the young kid on the boat.
No shit.
Yeah, it's his first movie.
That's great. Oh, it's almost time. We're almost at the scene that everyone remembers.
Also, I do have to say, it was hard watching this movie about dreams with frickin' Morpheus in it and not making references.
Yeah. I feel you on that one, bud.
So,
Oh.
they
Well,
they talk about the stuff. We get the next kill where, actually, the meeting I talked about, this happens after the next kill. Sorry about that.
yeah. Well, the first one is just like a rundown of we know what's happening.
Jennifer's watching TV. Maxim is like, "Hey, it's lights out. You got to go to bed." He's like, "Oh no, I'm studying to be an actor on TV." He's like, "Okay, Jennifer. Yeah, it's really lights out. It's really lights out though. You got to go to bed, or I'm going to get in a lot of trouble. Come on, please. I can't. I can't. I don't want to go to sleep right now with the whole thing with Phil and everything." Like, okay, fine. You get 5 minutes, but if anyone catches you, I didn't see you. All right.
And like, just like a small like acting thing, the way like Lawrence did like the acting where he changes his facial features to show like he kind of understood. Like, damn, this is a good movie.
Yeah, if you've only seen him if you've only seen him in The Matrix, don't worry. Lawrence Fishburne actually can act. Same with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know that if you only saw them in The Matrix.
Yeah, like Lawrence Fishburne is a wonderful actor, in my opinion. He's just very good at what he does. But, you know,
the
obviously
Matrix movies aren't good for acting unless you're Hugo Weaving. In which case he's not really acting, he's just being a cartoon man. Well, sorry, no, like 100 cartoon men.
100 cartoon men.
1,000 cartoon men. All the cartoon men.
All the cartoon men in existence.
Cookies need love like everything does.
Well,
so
God bless that
she's
man.
watching this interview show and Zsa Zsa Gabor comes on. Cool, interesting character to have in your movie.
Yeah.
Zsa Zsa Gabor, by the way, was in Aristocats.
Oh yeah,
as the voice of Duchess.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And I don't think they told Zsa Zsa what this was. Because the fear on her face when it's like, "Hey, may I just ask you one question?" "Sure." "Who gives a fuck what you think?" And then Freddy goes for it. And she's like, what's this movie? Why is that? What am I looking at?
It looks all too real, to be honest.
And then Jennifer gets close to the TV, like, why did Freddy appear on television? So she gets close to the TV. Bad idea.
Yeah, not the greatest decision made in this movie, I'll be real.
I can't feel very sorry for Jennifer in the scene, because you've been having nightmares about this guy trying to kill you, then you see him on TV, and you go towards the TV.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, not the greatest decision made. And then the scene happens.
Yeah,
we all know the scene
television
that happens.
sprouts robotic arms. It's a Freddy head that has antenna on it. And it says, "This is it, Jennifer." Picks her up. "Your big break on TV." Then the line. Then he smashes her head through the television.
And it's just done and over. It's so quick.
But it's so memorable.
But it's so good.
And
it's
somehow
so
this is brushed off as another suicide.
good.
Because
Yeah.
the 98-pound teenager managed to jump up a foot and forward to smash their skull through a 1980s tube television set.
Yep.
I mean,
that sounds like,
even if the person's suicidal, that's going to be difficult to accomplish.
Honestly, it's a bit out of the way.
Like, it's one of those things where even if you're suicidal, this is one of the things that your brain will not allow your body to do.
No.
Because, like, to strike this thing with your head at enough force to kill yourself? No, it's going to be like, no, we're not doing that. That's dumb.
It's going to go, that's a big ow. We don't want the big ow.
But yeah, now 2 have been dead. And Nancy calls the meeting, and then they learn about their dream powers.
Yeah.
Joey, by the way, has gone into a coma because he followed the nurse in his dream.
Yes.
Saw her topless, and then she tied him to the bed with tongues, and then the bottom of the bed falls out, and it's over a pit of hell and bones. And then the nurse is Freddy.
Whoops.
And so he's stuck there. And in the real world, he's in a coma, and then Freddy carves "Come and Get Him, Bitch" on his chest with his knife claw.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
And I don't know how no one notices that.
People are very dumb in this movie.
Yeah, for doctors.
For doctors, a lot of people are dumb.
Lorenzo, by the way, tries to flirt with the 16-year-old Taryn.
Yep.
And offer her drugs.
Yeah.
Like, who are you going to believe? It's like, I'll tell Max. Well, who's he going to believe? Well, considering you're a sleazeball, clearly a sleazeball, and Max is, smart and nice, he's probably going to believe Taryn in this case.
I would hope so. Good Lord.
The doctor might not, but Max will.
Yeah.
And even if the doctor doesn't fire you, Max will kick your ass.
Exactly. That's exactly it. Oh man.
Oh yes, the doctor won't fire me. Yeah, but Max is gonna throw you into a wall until you quit.
Yeah. Yeah. Because Max is that kind of a dude. He's a good guy. Also, everyone discovering their dream powers is pretty cool.
Kincaid gets super strength.
Yep.
Kirsten's just an acrobat.
Yeah, she can do flips.
But she gets the dream pull power, so that balances out.
Yeah, exactly.
Nancy has nothing.
Poor Nancy.
Taryn is beautiful and bad, which means dressing like an idiot and having a pair of switchblades.
Hell yeah.
And Will can walk, but don't worry, that's not all he gets. He also gets the smartest power ever. He's a wizard.
He's a wizard.
That's the best idea for a power, because there's no upward limit.
No.
It's like Doctor Strange. Why Doctor Strange is one of my favorite superheroes outside of Ghost Rider, because what's his power? Whatever you want. He's magic.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And then they go to fight. They at the funeral, one of the funerals.
Oh yeah,
the
doctor
old meets a nun.
Mary?
Mary Helena.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Sister Mary Helena, who tells her and she tells him hey, you got to put the evil spirit to rest. You got to find Freddy's body and bury it in sacred ground.
And he's like, okay. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but...
I don't know what you're talking about. Who are you? I can't talk anymore. I have to be mysterious and vanish.
He is very understandably confused by all of this.
But he tells Nancy because 2 kids killed themselves under mysterious circumstances. And they decide to bury Freddy because she tells him about Freddy on a date to a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah, very weird time, but
And
at least it came out.
They go to see your dad, John Saxon, who is returning.
Hell yeah!
And her talking with him doesn't go well. So the doc, whose name I can't remember, Neil Gordon,
Neil.
Just hey, can we talk a minute? Grabs him and smashes him through a table.
It's a good scene.
Yeah, all the characters in this are pretty likable, except for Lorenzo.
Yeah, no, the cast is really, really great, which is
Lorenzo
really
is
good.
the one thing about this movie I prefer Friday the 13th for. Because in Friday the 13th, a guy like this would have been killed.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, funny skeleton magic is what needs to be performed.
So they
bury the skeleton.
So they go to a big junkyard, find Freddy's bones in the trunk of a car, and
start. Oh, yeah, because that's where they put it, right?
Yeah,
or something. Yeah,
and they start digging a hole.
As you do.
While this is going on, they go to rescue Will from Freddy. using their dream powers. But they
Hell
all
yeah.
get separated because they're dumb.
Yeah, because it's a horror movie.
And
after all.
then Will tries to shoot green lightning at Freddy. But he gets killed but he gets choke slammed into a spiky wheelchair and dies.
Sure does. That's fucking cool.
Taryn gets a really disturbing death where the track marks on her arm turn into mouths and Freddy's fingers turn into syringes and he injects her full of a lethal dose of heroin.
Yeah, that was... I didn't
Another
like that
dark
one.
kill.
Yeah.
Freddy's magic proof, by the way.
Yeah. What?
Obviously.
Why?
Because he doesn't believe... He's like Reed Richards. He doesn't believe in it.
Oh, fair enough.
I don't believe in magic. Yeah, well, you're a dream demon. You're an undead serial killer who kills people in their dreams. You believe in magic. Or you don't exist.
That's what I'm saying, right?
So it's down. They're in a hall of mirrors with Freddy. First they find Will.
Yeah.
No, Joey.
Yeah, they find Joey
And then
first.
they rescue him, and then they're in a hall full of mirrors with Freddy. And he's like, I'm good. The best part about being me is there are so many me's. And I think if they don't do what they're about to do, the windows are going to spit out like a Smith army of Freddy Kruegers. So Joey does like a banshee scream from X-Men.
Yeah.
He breaks them all.
Yeah, now he can finally speak again, Yahoo.
And Freddy is like, screw you guys, I got something to deal with topside. And he possesses the skeleton.
And I'll say it. This might be the best scene in the whole movie.
Well, it's a skeleton. It's like Jason and the Argonauts. It's automatically cool.
It was so great to see a skeleton pop up and punch someone in the face.
And roundhouse kick a guy.
It's so
He
good.
roundhouse kicks.
It's so good.
And he kills John Saxon, gets beaten apart with a shovel by Dr. Neil, gets buried with a cross in holy water, which he steals from a church, by the way.
Yeah, he just walks into a church and steals a cross, and he's like, I need this. And the pastor's like,
What?
What?
I can't remember which movie it is, but it's like a vampire movie, I think, where someone does, or like The Exorcist or something. So the cop steals the stuff from the church to fight the demon or vampire, whatever it is, and the priest catches him. He's like, "Oh, sorry, I'll put him." He's like, "Look, if you're doing this, you clearly need it."
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Because this isn't something you just randomly steal.
Yeah,
You can keep my driver's license. Okay. So he consecrates Freddy. Well, he's trying to Freddy buries him. Then he comes back and buries Freddy. But while that's happening, Freddy in the dream kills Nancy.
Oh, yeah.
They're trapped in a hot metal box, and Kincaid can't punch out of it because it's hot. And then the day is saved.
Huzzah.
Nancy's murdered.
Yeah, Nancy dies.
And then Freddy gets Tom riddled. But he's because like light shoots out of him, and then he dies.
Yeah, he gets Tom riddled.
We do get a bit of backstory earlier from Sister Mary Helena about there was this nun who was volunteering. This nurse who was volunteering at the hospital. But in the old wing of it, when it was more asylum-y.
Yeah.
Called Amanda Kruger, and she got locked in the criminally insane pen and got raped several times over the holidays.
Yeah.
By hundreds of crazy people. And then that's the origin of Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're going to go in way more depth on that later.
Oh, Christ.
And we find out at the end that Sister Mary Helena is Amanda Kruger.
Whoa, no way.
And Nancy's dead. John Saxon is dead because Freddy turned into John Saxon to kill Nancy.
Yeah.
And Kincaid makes it. And Kirsten makes it. And Joey makes it. Never been so happy to see so many people survive a slasher movie.
No, I'm saying, right?
Presumably Dr. Neil has lost his job.
Probably.
He never comes back. Comes back in the comics, but not in the movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And,
That's really
that's
it.
the movie. This has 2 black characters, and neither of them are killed.
Good job, movie.
And Kristen, Kincaid, and Joey will return in Part 4, The Dream Master.
Right, yeah.
This movie was fantastic.
Yeah, I love this movie. This movie is really fun.
What do you give it?
Oh, that's a good question. What do I give it? I give it a 5 knives on Freddy's fingers out of 5.
Well, he only has 4 knives.
Okay, fine. Take back what I said. Screw it. Screw the whole thing. Fuck it.
He has 5 in New Nightmare.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of. Okay, fine.
This movie, this is a perfect.
It's very
movie.
good.
I love it.
Yeah, like there's
9 out of 10.
there is like almost nothing wrong with this movie aside from like one character
Who's probably supposed to be a shit.
Yeah,
But it would have
who's
been
obviously
cool to see
supposed to
him
be a
die.
shithead.
Still.
Yeah, it's a kind of a shame he doesn't die, but you know, whatever.
Next time we have more puppet action.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Something that'll probably be a lot more terrifying than this.
Yeah, great.
See you next time.
Have fun, guys. See you next time.